Alright, so in this one, we are going to be reacting to Goresh's ranking the top 10 best characters in the game, December 2025 edition. I assume there might be another variant of this next week because the Ultra is going to drop next week, so most likely that's going to be updated. Also, if you didn't see, Super Baby 2 Zenkai was leaked. They took it out of the game. People are saying that it could have been where it's like just a visual bug, but like they're also playing Don Don, the GT opening or ending, opening, whatever it is, after it reveals itself. So like Ultra 4 Ku's right there. What's your color prediction? Mine. Green is the obvious one to hurt Gohan, but not going to be that simple-minded, surely, right, Legends? I think I'm predicting not a purple. Purple just happened. It's going to be a yellow, huh? Replace Namek Goku, hopefully. And he's going to be high up in this list, I'm sure. So let's get into it and see what Goresh has to say. No subtitles needed.
Guys, today we're going to be jumping into the December 2025 top 10 list.
Fast forward this for all of us here. If you don't know how this works for me, basically if I agree, then there's no reason to harp on a point unless I want to hear his reasonings for that specific character. But if I disagree, I want to understand what's going on here. Why is the placement of XYZ in XYZ spots? So let me skip all the way. Oh, huh? Why is number... Okay, interesting. Number 1 is first.
From there. Okay, so the number 1 character on the list is obviously Blue Revival Gohan.
I agree.
This is
Everyone
to the surprise
should.
of absolutely nobody.
Yet again, one gap. Others.
I don't really know if I need to go through everything this character does, because if you play the game at all, you're going to be fighting this character basically every single match. I mean, this is not...
Obviously, I agree with this again. If I agree, there's no reason to harp on a point. So let's move on to number 10 here, which... I mean, I get why he's number 1. It's so obvious. There's no reason to hide it to the end. We all know he's number 1. But who's number 10?
Coming in at number 10 is going to be God Goku.
Wow.
And
I thought I disliked them.
I like this character.
I'd love to hear his reasonings for this. Just to put out there, my placement was 5 or 6, and after Final Flash, and I might even do an updated tier list maybe today, tomorrow, whatever, just because Final Flash actually does make an impact that's pretty significant to everything besides the top 3 or even top 2. I had them 5 though, this character, so I thought I disliked them a lot more than most people, but 10 is 10's crazy work. I can't lie. Okay, let's hear this.
Pretty good. Putting them at number 10, I can already see people kind of being like, oh, I didn't realize they were this bad, but it's like they're not. I mean, I would argue that once we take a look at the rest of the list, pretty much every character
by the way,
on
this
here
list is post Final Flash.
Good. This is not one of those metas where like, oh, only the top 4 really matter, or oh, only the top 5 or 6 really matter. Like, I would argue that all 10 units that we're going to be talking about here, you could definitely get by using any of these units. He's not wrong. You can't get by using anybody, but it literally is what he just said that it's not. It is the top X only matter. The top 3, top 2, top 4, I would say, are all that matters in this game right now. I'm sure his top 4 is at least very similar to most, if not mine, if not everybody's, where it's going to be something of here's Gohan 1, Ultra UI, FSG, Namek Goku. In some order, those 4 are going to be in the top 4. That's all that matters, though. This unit doesn't matter. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, they all don't matter. So it literally is that kind of meta. Like, sure, I get what he's saying. You can win with this. You can win with anything in this game. It's more difficult than not, but that's the whole point. All this meta is running Gohan with his father or with the fusion and his father. That's it. I mean, that's literally all it is. The meta physically is what he just said it isn't. So doesn't make them go lesser in value. It just makes the entire game very top heavy, which it always is. It's just more so now because Gohan ruins everything. Like, even though Gohan is just like head and shoulders, oceans, valleys better than the rest of the game, you could still make it work with every single one of these characters we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, but it's just 10 times more difficult.
I do like God Goku and Hit.
Which is why
the one problem with this character that I've encountered with using them in pretty much every situation is they're a character that essentially is based around bursting and assassinating characters, which kind of fits the theme of how Hit fights, which I do like. But
whether you're in with God Goku, whether you're in with Hit,
She was some kind of manipulation from
you
everyone
want to
else.
be, of course, swapping to get their permanent damage buffs up with the tag ability. That's the first time you tag between both characters to get a permanent damage buff. God Goku is stacking the critical rate, Hit is stacking the critical damage, and then essentially what the goal is with this character is you want to use the green card with Hit to lock the opponent in, and then use a blue card with the crit rate and crit damage buff active so that you can just crit and hopefully kill whoever you're hitting. The problem with this character is the way that the meta is structured. There's actually a lot of really strong yellow characters. Yellow is probably the best color in the game right now. Strongest color in the game right now, probably. It's yellow. Yeah, it's probably yellow. It's yellow or red. But yellow is really powerful right now. So God Goku, with the God Goku side, if you can find a position where God Goku can kind of like get like a blue card off on Namek Goku or Janemba or Ultra UI Goku, which obviously is not going to be as easy to do because he's got the auto counter towards melee attacks. But there's a lot of strong yellows right now. God Goku's kind of assassination ability to kill these yellow characters is going to be valuable. The problem is the way Gohan works is
Subcount by 5 when
Gohan is going to be on all these teams, number one. If you try and land, like, let's just say you like lock the opponent in with Hits green, you switch quickly to God Goku, and then you go for blue, Gohan reduces his own sub count versus blue cards.
Exactly.
So it is very hard for this character to capitalize on their like quote unquote assassination qualities.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You can't really do their job effectively to a. It's not inconsistent. It's consistent enough. It's not 100% consistent, right? The consistency is the most important factor of a character, right? How often they do their thing. The thing is where I'd have them higher is that ceiling of prediction that you can do, given, again, this character takes a lot more than XYZ. It's kind of like Janemba. You just have to do more to make them show their best prowess. And it's not that difficult. It's just you kind of have to know how to play the game. So this character, if you get the ideal, you predict, okay, here's Gohan going to come in, you do the drop combo blue card, you tag switch, you predict this, that, and the other. If you were doing these things, that's where I could see their pinnacle of being number 5, maybe number 6 for me. Them being down here is kind of the assumption of more, I feel it's more generalized assumption where like you're not playing for those predictions, which again, if this is a snipe character, you're having to play for risk. Clearly you can't get those snipes within a consistent manner, which that would be broken for a character that just is meant to fucking snipe. So you have to play for the risk. And I feel like if you give that allowance to them, I think they're more valuable essentially. So I think I get what he's saying. Again, the subcount thing is fucking bothersome, but think of it like this. If that wasn't a bothersome thing and they could just 24/7 snipe, it'd be a bit overwhelming. It'd be a bit overtuned, frankly. And, you know, I know fucking Gohan's overtuned, but, like, they would essentially be the same thing. Yeah, I've said it. If they were a different element, they'd be tiers and leagues above where they are right now. They're shitty element colors for the current meta. And I'm sure they'll gain value over time. Just not fucking Gohan value, but value over time. Arguably age better than FSG. We shall see. But, yeah, they got the safety on their own merit of cancel buffs and endurance. I think, again, just giving that allowance of more risk to reward play for them, which that is kind of their intent, at least to a degree it is, and just have your fucking KO guard merchant next to you anyways if you just get caught on those risks, which there's a lot of fucking risks to them. I think their ceiling's just higher than this. Again, I know he's talking about consistency, but I think a character like this, you really do have to talk about their floor and then their pinnacle. And hitting their pinnacle is not that tough. It's just not as consistent. So I get why they're lower here. I would probably want them minimum 7, but 10's a little bit of crazy work. It's not that bad. It's just a little crazy work in my opinion. Move on to 9-8 tie.
So spots 8 and 9 are going to be
Janemba and MZ. MZ definitely went down for me. Janemba's not in my top 10. I'm surprised Janemba made it here. Wow, really? Janemba is, I want to say he's worse than Puddle right now, because why would you not just run Puddle with Revival Gohan? I feel like that's just a really good thing to do right now. If you don't have KO Guard Merchant or Ultra UI 8 stars, that'd be your third option, right? I mean, I'm taking fucking Janemba over, or rather Puddle over Janemba any day of the week right now because of Gohan being a hybrid. And whether you run like FSG with them, you know, whatever the fuck your third is, it just flows better. The safety, the support, the disrupt even. Puddle's disrupt is much better than fucking Janemba's. The cancel buff effect thing, you know, definitely taking Puddle over
Janemba. MZ, I don't mind the placement. I'm actually curious about Janemba, though.
Shared between LF Super Janemba and LF
surprised he
Red
makes
Fusion Zamasu. I actually view these characters as being pretty similar to each other. They both have pretty easy ways of restoring their vanish. They both have very hard hitting, just like these are characters where like you enter the field and just like spam a bunch of cards. They're going to be doing a lot of damage.
True.
They both have good defensive abilities. You know, they have a lot of similarities.
What defensive ability does Janemba have? Am I dumb? Hello. Okay. I'm not.
I guess one advantage I give to Janemba is it's a lot more difficult to
I feel like there's a lot
kill him in a lot of instances, especially with a character like Namegoku.
I think this is this is a lot of MZ underrating in this tier spot. I mean, I'm not going to have him at the fucking top tiers. Clearly, Gohan exists. But comparing him to Janemba, I feel like is a little bit slanderous to MZ. I mean, is it not? I see this. I'm not thinking they're anywhere near the same tier to one another. I definitely would prefer MZ 10,000 times over Janemba. It's not saying Janemba's bad. It's just, again, here's that more ceiling thing. But now, here's the ceiling situation I talk about, just like with Goku Hit. But now, it's a yellow unit. So now it's a fucking fourth option. So it makes a little bit more sense to be like, okay, no discussion needed for them. They're a fucking fourth-rate choice. I don't give a shit about this character. So I think this comparison's a bit faded.
Goku could lock in Zamasu and just rush and kill him, right? But with Janemba, you can't, because he's got a second life, he's got buff removal, so even if Namegoku has endurance null up, you can just Janemba removes his buffs and you can't die.
What if he just 3 strikes with endurance?
I think when it comes to straight up bulk, Zamasu is definitely a bulkier character.
Yes.
But Gohan exists. Gohan is in the
I don't disagree with that.
I really had a tough time deciding between which of these two I like more. If you like Janemba more, if you like Zamasu more, I think it can go either way. I guess Janemba also has the advantage to be able to provide way more Dragon Balls just through his ultimate. You get 4 Dragon Balls through his ult. Usually it's not that easy. Like, you look at it and it's like, oh my god, this character, you can use his ultimate twice and get 4 Dragon Balls. Typically, it doesn't work that way. Either your second ultimate gets destroyed, you don't even get a good opportunity to use the second ultimate. The first ultimate is pretty easy to use to get the Dragon Balls, right? So getting 2 Dragon Balls is a lot of value right away. Usually, the way I view it is you use the second ult and to get the 4 Dragon Balls, and like you've just got.
I won't downplay this. I guess it is kind of nice now, specifically now with here's revival, here's KO guard, here's endurance, here's all this bullshit mechanics to live. You know, getting to a second rush, getting to your first rush faster, to where you could pop those things, or you pop KO guard, then you got a snipe rush and whatever bullshit, and it's just unexpected. I guess there's something to that. It's kind of niche right now, but there's something there.
It's just extra, so much extra value from it. So I usually just view it as it's typically just 2 Dragon Balls.
I just can't believe these two are being compared.
Really lucky, like in a really good spot, then you can get 4. But that's a really valuable aspect of Janemba as well. Janemba's ability to seal rush is also very similar to Zamasu, because Zamasu, he has to get his defensive gauge procced, but Janemba can just take a hit and it automatically seals it. Zamasu's got better Dragon Ball destruction. Zamasu's healing way more, so it's similar. Like these are similar characters, but they've got very, I would say, subtle differences that can make one.
I wouldn't call them subtle. That's definitely interesting placement for these two. Again, MZ, I get the lowering. I think I still had UV4 below MZ. I think it was barely, but I think it was that. Right now, shit, I'd probably put like Super Vegeta above goddamn MZ right now. But it just, like, I don't even mind MZ placement. Again, I'm fine with the MZ placement. I'm just lost how Janemba is really, like, I get what he's saying. He's doing some of these comparisons, but they don't really hold up. Like, in an actual battle, in a fight, you won't notice these similarities. You'll see Janemba most likely just keel over, and it's like, here's MZ still doing a good job, and he doesn't get sniped by Gohan, he's gonna fucking rule the game. So I don't really see this. I don't really follow this comparison, frankly, but okay. I mean, I definitely would have Goku would hit above MZ right now. I'll say that. So it's kind of very low for these. I'm kind of confused who's going to be up top here, because I don't know. I feel like we've kind of gone a lot of, at least 2 characters that should be higher up already placed in this goddamn 10 through 8 so far. So let's go to number 7 here, with it being
7 spot next. All right, number 7 is going to be Ultra Super Saiyan
4. I think he was actually right there for me, so
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, Ultra Forku might drop, and he most likely is going to drop, so let's say they got color synergy. Let's say it is green, right? Color synergy there helps him deal with Gohan, blah, 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 blah. Probably gonna have like a Sun Fam Ultra ability because this guy already has GT, so they'll probably make that guy Sun Fam. Just like UG4's fusions, they'll keep changing Ultra abilities, right? So hey, he might get better off. I think the peaking, like I could see UV4 because like he is starting to show a bit of age, is 4, and that's being generous. 4 is probably the best I could see this guy going. Even perfection partner, literally everything he could ask for, even with support. I think this guy peaks at 4, so I'm fine with it right now. I also forgot Super Vegeta's in this list, so let's see where he goes. And I'd probably have, again, Super Vegeta would be either the best red for me or tied with the best red right now. That's where I'm at, so if you're curious. Since we've been through a couple reds so far, what's number 6 looking like?
6. All right, so coming into number 6 is going to be L.
And there it is. Again, I'd probably have this guy around here. Top 4 is not going to change. 5, yeah, it's either 5 or 6 Hitku, and this character I think are side by side. I probably prefer Super Vegeta if I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So this got to be top 5. It's kind of crazy, but again, I agree with this kind of placement spot area. So, just move on, move forward. And I guess Puddle's not going to make this list because he ain't going to be top 5. What's number 5 do?
On to the top 5. All right, number 5 is going to be Android 13.
Best team in the game is FSG, Namek, and then Gohan. Other best team, one of the best teams, UI, Namek, Gohan. Third best team would be, what even is the other variant? I don't know. UI, FSG, Gohan? Definitely the worst of the 3. But there's 3 different variants of teams that are all better than Android 13's teams. The thing is here, you actually notice on the list, CMZ hasn't made the list, right? So you got CMZ who's not even being run. You got Red MZ who's dwindled within this list and generally. Janemba's mostly not top 10 for people. And what else? That's the PO stuff, right? That's all dwindled down. So this guy's main home of blue, red, purple PO has kind of been lost, and then everything kind of culminating around that. Like, if I'm thinking about UE4 and Super Vegeta, I'd probably prefer to run both of them over this guy because he just doesn't really... His role is being fulfilled already with Gohan existing. Namek Goku. Gohan supports 30%. Namek Goku supports 20%. Right? They both end up supporting at the end of the day. So this guy's role of being that safety as well as support, well, here's 2 characters that are basically segueing you, and you don't see this guy. You do not fight this unit. Shit, you probably fight UE4 more than you fight this guy. You do not fight this guy anymore. He has no real roster that cares for him / needs him. So I think 5 is very overgassed, but let me hear him.
Not going to spend a ton of time on this character. We all know how this guy works at this point. The one big negative for this character that now exists because of Gohan being in the game is there's just less of a reason to run him. That's really it. This guy really doesn't get worse because Gohan dropped. It's just a lot of the teams that you would have used.
He doesn't get worse, but he becomes less useful because he's not a necessity. He was. Now he's not. So I feel like that dwindles him more. Then the whole game is centered around the premise of, which he seems to disagree with, of these 4 characters. Okay, here's Super Vegeta, who's going to be very good against Namek Goku, or even good against Gohan, because they're neutral, he could snipe out Namek Goku within the sub-count thing. 2 strikes, pop, pop, KO guard, pop. You're always trying to play around the best of the best. Android 13 does not help you play around the best of the best. He does nothing to help you do that. You, frankly, can't even get his gauge some games, because here he is with UI Goku, and here he's all dodging everything, and it's one of the best teams in the game. How are you going to get this guy's gauge? Can't even fucking combo extend. You have to use the character to combo with. The character that does no damage. He literally is a liability more than he is helpfulness right now. Like, I think he has to dwindle a lot more because he does not help you win as much as he helps you lose right now. Because he definitely helps you lose a lot more than win, which a lot of people aren't running him.
This character on are now just, you put Gohan on the team instead of this guy. It kind of does hurt the rest of the team in a way. Like, obviously this character is going to be contributing to the rest of the team's power and healing way more than Gohan would, but Gohan is just so powerful individually that I would gladly, I think most people would just gladly take like removing this guy off the team in the absence of this character to just have like God.
Namek Goku team heals.
Like, I'll take God on my team, thanks.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's just,
you know, I heavily disagree with Android 13, but let's go number 4.
Number 4. Okay, number 4 is going to be
Ultra. Okay, so again, this is going to all be the same area. Again, the same top 4 everyone else has is going to be Goku, UI, SG, as well as Gohan. I'm curious the order. Again, I don't care the order particularly unless it is Gohan, clearly being number 1, and then like a gap between the two. But UI number 4, I think UI was also number 4 for me. FSG was number 2. I think, yeah, UI was number 4. So what's number 3? Let's just move on here again.
All right, so number
okay. Then he has FSG. Is number 2 or number 3 rather, and then number 2 is obviously Goku, right, which I mean I get some people value more safety than they do value, I guess you could say, more output. Obviously, you have to value Gohan to the highest degree because he's both. But you know, here's Goresh valuing where you have the safety of KO guard and everything else that goes with Goku and the ease of him within the lock-in, within the AoE green. He's just easier than FSG. So I kind of get why he's up here instead of FSG. Again, makes no difference to me. This top 4 is top 4. There's nothing going to change about the top 4. It's not going to change until a couple of days within, you know, the next weekly reset. But interesting back end of the list, though. And I look back here and I'm just like, Goku hit really is in shambles on this list, and I kind of don't. Again, I it's not like I don't get it, because I do understand the prospect of why they're not that high. But again, some characters you kind of have to give them that leeway of that ceiling potential. Like even Janemba being higher is him giving the leeway of that ceiling potential. That's why Janemba's on the list where he is, because you talk about Janemba where he's not getting that ceiling. This motherfucker ain't touching the list, and he, again, is a 4th-rate option. Goku hit or not, like a fucking 3rd-rate choice. Probably the 2nd best red in the game right now, as obviously they're double element, but if you're saying reds, probably 2nd best red in the game right now. So I think a bit of a downplay on them? I guess the word is downplay. Interesting. Again, a little shorter video because most of the top 4 you can't really disagree with. There's nothing to comment on. The back end list I think is definitely interesting. Final Flash Vegeta making it, you know, where the hell he is here.
All right, so coming in
at number 6, the low up he finally deserved. What do you guys think of my reaction to Gresh's top 10 list for Part 2 Legends Fest 2025? I'll see you in the next one.